Okay, so yeah, the audio is a little off on the last video. You think I cut it short. Um, I'm using my headphones this time, so you should be able to hear me a lot better. Like I said, from this area, right, we caused that, and we would have been in and out of the trade. We don't really care about this rally, right? And we haven't broken any structure. So for right now, I would not be taking a sell from this area, right? And there's no cause for it to sell at this point. Now we can react, right? We can react from here, but I don't like taking low probability trades like that. So let's see what's going on with the US 30 at this point. Let's see what it's reacting off of. Should be a 5-minute trade. It looks like it did want to react in there, but I don't trust it, right? I don't trust this right now. Doesn't look like the thing I would really want to be involved with right now. I'm going to wait for the price to give some sort of structure before I start making any type of sells or buys on this at this moment. So most likely on this sort of day, I'm going to be focused on whatever's trading cleaner, right? And at this moment, I like the way that the NAS is trading. Even though we're ranging a bit, we're trading sideways. And on the 5-minute, you can see these huge wicks up and down. Let's just wait for this to clear up, right, before we really do anything. Now, you can possibly take something from here, like a short reaction, since the stop loss is so small, right? It's literally like 3 bits. So we'll just wait and see how price will develop. Okay, at this point right here, if we break this, then I'll be looking for buy setups. Don't see any clear POI that will give us like a small stop loss, so I'm gonna wait, right? It's okay to wait. Plus, we still need to break this. No new low, so we're just waiting. We also should be marking out our 1030, okay, to 1130. remember, this is where you typically get a retracement, like a fib retracement type thing. You know, I don't use fibs really, or we'll get a low or high of day. So if we can assume that this will be the low of day, I'm sorry, if this would be the high of the session, right, over here somewhere, or maybe even here, right? If we can assume that, then we can either get out of our longs or start taking shorts, wait for a retracement or whatever it is that we're looking for in this area. Right now we have nothing, okay? We have this little area for reaction, possible reaction, small stop loss, right? So even if this stop loss out is not a big deal because it's tiny. If it was bigger, if it was like the whole thing, I wouldn't take it. I'd wait. Okay, we can eliminate this zone now, right? If price wants to come back, we can take a small entry here after breaking this short-term high here. Okay. So what I'm assuming that's going to happen, right? Like my idea is that we trade here, leave equal highs, come here, and then run it out. Now this may or may not happen, so we never know what the market's going to do. Either way, I'm just trying to get a quick reaction from this area here as it's coming into it. So right there, I'd be entered. Right, I've already entered it tapped. Okay, so I would be waiting for my reaction now. Okay, that would stop us out. That's fine. Small, tiny little stop loss. Had a small, tiny reaction, and yeah, it just wicked it out. So. Possibly into this area here, but that's fine. So let me put this in. Check out US30. If we break this, I'll look for a buy here. Just like that. About 5.1 pips. Not bad. If it breaks this, it has to break this. If it doesn't, then I'm not taking it. Right, because this candle body hasn't been tested yet. So if we break this, this high here. I want this high to be broken, not this one, this one. This is our swing point. Close above this, of this. No body closure. It may still react here, but I'm not taking it. I like to be sure about my trades. Yeah, no new high was created, so definitely not taking a buy from here. Now we just got to close below this level, and then we can look for sells. So ooh, that's kind of the biggest stop loss. Eight pips. I'd reduce it here. Actually, yeah, this is the key from here. Okay, so we closed below. Oh, we haven't closed, sorry. Wicking below. So we can sell to buy, sell to buy here. Just in the wait. We're just going to be following price. Okay, that's all we're doing. We're just following where it wants to go. ranging in here, closed above here, buy right here. See if we can get that close above. This might be a bigger stop. About 0.8 pips, a little big of a stop. I don't really like that. See what kind of reaction we get here. Didn't even really close. Didn't really close above. I mean, we did, but it's not really a strong close above. So for me, I'm just not going to take that. I like this setup here. Closing above this. Ran these lows, so I like this setup. Okay, I don't really like this. I don't like this. Let's see, close. I'm in the high. 13.3, 7.460. 13.3, 7.760. Close. Yeah, this didn't close. This closed at 13.7480. They're actually doing that. 20 cents. You can take this. You can, but just know that it's not something that I feel confident in. Like I wouldn't be risking a huge amount on this. I'd probably reduce risk a lot. If this starts compressing, that'd be nice. Now you can have reactions off levels like this. I just don't really take these, and if I do, depending on how compressed it is, you know, I'll take it. But typically, I don't play these little order blocks in here. But you can. They do work sometimes, especially if you have a really tight price action, like where it's just very, very, very compressed into these levels. You can get a nice reaction from them. Okay, cool. So we got a closure above. This level looks nice right here for a nice reaction. So we'll see how this comes back to this area here. Keep in mind that I have like MetaTrader open in another window, so I'm able to see both of the charts, US30 and the NAS. That way I'm not missing the trade. That makes sense. Okay, we're in that 1030 area. It's just nice to be wary of any type of retracement at this point. Still waiting patiently. Sorry, I've been doing some work on the sales page while we're waiting for these prices to come through. This kind of gives you like an idea of like how a trading goes, how a trading day goes for me, right? little slow price action right now. Has gone pretty bullish for the most part this morning, right? We had the buy from here and the sell from here, and then the L from here. Okay, and a small L. I wouldn't have really done anything for your account. Just still waiting for this area. And then from here, I love the way this is consolidating here. It can react from here. It can do this. Actually, this was tested. It still can react from here, but because of compression here. But I love the way this is setting up. This is exactly what I look for. And a buy from here would be perfect. We can get it. Right, because we have all this compression here, and price already broke structure from here, right, caused by this, right? This caused the break, right? And we ran these lows here. So this is a nice setup. I like it. No, it can still react from here. When it gets too compressed like this, typically it'll just react pretty quick, right? So just be wary of that. Sometimes on these type of trades, I'll take early entries. So it's just nice to know that it could possibly react from here, because even in the OB, like I like to take fresh ones, which this taps the top of it, and then kind of had a reaction from the 50% level of this OB. But I just wouldn't, on this particular trade, I wouldn't have taken that entry. I would take something in here, maybe in the imbalance, just so I don't miss this particular trade. Because once it, like I said, once it gets too compressed, it tends to just fly. It would be nice if this also gets filled already, right? If we have this imbalance fill, and then come into here and then move up. Okay, so we're coming in first. And here on this particular trade, I would just be aiming for this high for around 37 pips. Now you can also just take the reaction and play it safe, which I highly recommend doing, just playing the reaction when you first start. But once you build up enough account capital and you're comfortable with the strategy, you can just hold this to here, or even higher if you wanted to fill up like any other imbalances. Okay, so right now you would be in and out of the trade if you're a newbie, right? In and out, right? So this would be your first reaction on this candle, and you'd be out of that trade, right? And once you become a little more advanced, you can hold this or scale off partials or whatever you want to do to manage your trade. For me personally, I'd be willing to risk getting stopped out here and just holding it for this high. Okay. So I would like a bigger reaction from here. Like I would like a bigger reaction, like a quicker reaction. So I would probably already take like at least 75% of my position off here, and then whatever run for the highs, because this is enough already, right? Like you're taking out like 17, 18 pips from here, and that's pretty much like 900 bucks on this one trade. Now, again, when you become more advanced, you will start noticing how price reacts and moves after doing this for a while. Typically, you'll want to see like a nice candle, a nice imbalance, imbalance, imbalance. Right now, it's kind of not giving me that, so I would have already taken, because I know how price moves, right? Which is like an intuition. So as this moved up, you would have already been out of this trade, right? And especially if you're a newbie, you would have been out on this candle already, right? Especially that this imbalance right here, they broke all this structure here. Saying I would like this to be filled when it comes into here. But we can see how the reaction was, right? Like as it was moving, you want to see price just fly. It didn't fly in this case. It can come back here, pick up some more orders, and then continue. But look at how it's creating imbalance to the downside at this point, right? We want to see that consolidation type nature. This is the setup that I look for, though, and you can see how we have the compression into our POY, and we have that nice reaction from here, right? Let's see how our NAS is reacting. Okay, so you see how I said at this particular time, we're most likely going to get those retracements. Here, we can pick a buy from here. And let's see how this is lining up. I would rather see a little bit more compression, but we can take a quick in and out entry here. Okay, kind of missed this entry, right? Kind of missed it. If you look on your MetaTrader, though, depending on your broker, it actually didn't miss it. There was actually a wick on that. So depending on who your broker is, there was a wick here on top of this. In this case, it didn't show that wick, so this actually would have been, depending on your broker, you would have been in and out of that. But you can see how we had that 1030 retracement into the COI, and then we have the nice reaction from there. And this is exactly why you want to be in and out of trades, right? If the trade's not going your way properly, you're just in and out. You don't care about catching these long-term movements, especially in this market. Right now, we're just in and out of trades. You don't want to be holding most of the time in these. This I would have held, but the way I saw this candle forming and reacting based on experience, it just wasn't something that I was going to hold. I would have already taken profit. Now, why wouldn't I take a sell from here? Because of all this liquidity above it. That's why I would not take it. Right? All this liquidity in the form of this like compression, I don't want to take that as a sell. Okay. Let's break. Where do we take our next entry from here? If this broke, this hasn't broken, so we don't take that yet. what you have to realize is that anywhere can get a reaction, but it's about the high probability reactions, okay? Like for example, this one, it didn't create a high, but you got a reaction, you know what I mean? And that's not what I'm gonna be taking. I'm not gonna be taking that. Now, guess what? If we break this high, where's our buy from here? Simple. Okay, so we broke this high. So where do we move our POI to? Right here. Okay, we don't need to break this high. We've already formed a new swing point here. 2 up candles, base, rally, right? So we can take a buy from this area. Okay, see why we didn't take the sell from here? Because of all the liquidity above. So we formed a doji here too. This can be a buy area. This could be a POI. Okay, so here is our next entry. So we can get it. Okay, so we get reaction. What about 10 15s? And just to make sure that our stop loss is cleared, about 8 pips, a little higher, but it's fine. You could have even reduced it to this body here. This is fine. While waiting for this to develop, or it pops out, whatever, we will look over here. Okay, so we're actually from this. I'll make that file class so we don't want that. Ooh, and it pops out. It's fine. We have 2 wins so far, 3 wins so far. Next 5 coming from here. And this area. Just keep obeying the rules. You'll win some, you'll lose some. So reacted off this over here, but I'd rather pick it from the body. It's all good. This trade together. Okay, so we'll get a reaction from here. See if we can get a dip. And we'd be out of that trade. Right, as it's coming to this 10 tip mark, we would just be out. In and out, and we're good. So 10 for one. Next area to buy from here. Remember, this was a doji block, so these are great levels to buy from. And 10 pips is about $500 on a 5 lot, $1,000 on a 10 lot. Okay, and you would get your 10 pips and you'd be out. Right? I would have already been out here as it was going to 10 pips. If you wanted to like just be like super sure and get 10 pips, then you can do that for the extra, 75 bucks that you would have made. I'm going to pause this recording and start a new one because the time's running out on it, so I will be back.